You know, I used to think I was dumb, but I discovered that I'm not dumb at all. No, I just suffer with a developmental disorder characterized by an ongoing pattern of one or more of the following types of chronic symptoms: attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Because I have ADHD!
That's the problem. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. But at least I'm honest about it. Bully for you. Well, while you're down there, love, whatever happens. No, honey, I just took my bra off. I'm in for the night. Who took my stapler? Soccer moms. Soccer mamas. I did True West with Sherman Helmsley. I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D. Don't talk about the war. Have a nice day. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just a simple caveman, Your Honor. That's not my bag, baby, I swear. And don't call me Shirley. Establishment, you always know what's best. Shake harder, boy. There's doings a-transpiring. The jerk store called, and they're all out of you. No bow would be better than that bow. Oh, baby. Business is about to pick up. In my heart, I know that I'm funny. 5, but it's thick. Such a fine line between clever and stupid. Lieutenant Steve! Lieutenant Steve! Now I'm about to choke you. And don't you dare try to defend yourself. I didn't hear no bell. One of these days, Alice. One of these days. This calls for a little bit of the bubbly. ADHD, ADHD, ADHD. Come have ADHD with me.
Well, we're finally on air, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to Harry Has ADHD. I'm your host, Harry Turjanian. Harry Has ADHD, a mental health podcast, and my hair's already a mess. I was supposed to start at 7. This is better now. Now, last week, let me fix my hair for a second. I forgot. So many details. The hair's got to look good for the social media clips that I still didn't upload, that I'm supposed to cut up at some point and upload. Welcome, everybody. Harry Has ADHD. I'm your host, Harry Turjanian, a mental health podcast, a podcast where we try to cure ADHD, at least share in our ADHD wisdom. I believe I'm on the air on all these apps. I did promise last week, I don't know if anyone checked out episode 10. This is episode 11, but episode 10 ended in a calamity where I was furious because I didn't come to the realization. I didn't come to the realization that I start the show too late. I already knew that. I knew that weeks ago, that it's not good for me to start the show at 10 p.m. I had this idea, this ridiculous notion that I was going to start the show at 10 p.m. so we could pick up West Coast listeners. And as the show stands right now, I have the very few listeners, let alone on what coast they are, so it doesn't really matter. So why go through that effort is what I realized. And also my performance is worse at night because I'm just tired. And it takes a lot out of me here to set all this up on my own. I'm trying to find a system. I got the TV monitor in the back there. I got it on the side. That took weeks, but we're here. We did it. I have much more energy. I feel like I have much more energy. I did promise my friend Josh, who's a big fan, number one fan of the show. We got a couple number one fans of the show. And my pal Josh, who I texted this time because he missed last week. And he does not watch TV. He only watches social media. So he has missed out on the entire Jimmy Kimmel thing, I think. But anyway, this week's topic, if I remember what it was, because I wrote it down about an hour ago. And I did as much prep as I can. I feel much better. This week's topic on Harry Has ADHD is, can you really app your way out of ADHD? So I have noticed online there are all these apps popping up on your different little platforms that there are available out there. Am I live on this other platform? Let me check, because I think I pressed the live button. Hold on, bear with me. I may not be live. It's hard to tell, because I have so few viewers. If you're live, yeah, Roger Rosner. Say hello, everybody. On your different things, let me know if you can hear me. Blah, 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 blah. This is unprofessional. Nope, I'm up on it. Just a total lack of viewers over on the China side. Let's put it that way. Which I don't even know why I'm trying to succeed over there. It may or may not be an app in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I don't know. Who knows anymore? Jimmy Kimmel's in. Jimmy Kimmel's out. We have freedom of speech. We don't have it. Tylenol might cure autism, or is it giving you? I can't keep track what's going on. This, I'll tell you what needs to be. All right, that's why I put in a mirror over here. There we go. I'm done with it, I think. No, that's no good. I look like an old-timey bartender. Oh, man. I thought I had this. Anyway, this is what it's going to be for the remainder of the show. This week's subject. Back on target. Back on target, everybody. Back on target. Xi Jinping not showing the love. No, he's not showing the love, Xavier. He's not. I don't know if he has ADHD. I feel like a lot of these dictators probably have. They certainly all have mental illness. That's for sure. And I won't try to get too political. Although it is interesting that I bring up the topic is all these different new apps. These new apps that are out there. I see a lot of them promising to cure ADHD. They are promising to discover what type of ADHD you have. I guess there's various types, which makes sense. I would understand that. So it's hard. I'm trying to figure out, are these worth checking out? Now, I didn't mean to check out and download several of these apps. Did I do that? Of course not. I spent a majority of the time adjusting the TV and fixing the lighting, the ring light. I had one ring light. And I've spent time adjusting for that and then getting a Windows emulator. So that's actually a legitimate excuse. But now that I think about it, those are things I did 2 weeks ago. I had no reason not to sign up for these apps. Or, I've been trying to watch more podcasts. So there's a couple things with these apps. Now, it's very interesting that it's very exciting, the notion of it. I want to believe that it's a thing that can happen. I genuinely want to believe it. I don't know, but anything's possible. We found a cure for autism apparently yesterday in that I guess they said it was Tylenol. Taking Tylenol, they said. Now, I'm quoting here, platforms. Do not take this and then put me in the community notes or a timeout for spreading misinformation. I get all my information directly from the source, our Attorney General, our Secretary of Health or whatever, Robert Kennedy Jr., and the President of the United States. And they said specifically that Tylenol in pregnant women is what is causing autism. I'm sure that didn't please the people from Tylenol too much. Imagine, he didn't even say acetaminophen, which is what Tylenol is. He just kept using the word Tylenol. Let me see if acetaminophen is Tylenol. Acetaminophen. Thank God for Google, or that Google does the autocorrect, because I don't even, when I try to look up this stuff, I have no chance of spelling this right. I just throw as many letters as, this is how I spelled acetaminophen here, and I'm hoping, or did it correct it? Let me see. Yeah, ACETAMIONOFEEN. And let's see how close I was. Oh, I think it corrected it for me. I just throw in the syllables and hopefully Google figures it out. Because remember, here's the thing. Here's why Google won. Let's not forget this. There was a couple different search engines back in the day. Remember Ask Jeeves? Ask Jeeves was on top of everything. Everybody was asking Jeeves. It was asking Jeeves. You kids don't even remember Ask Jeeves. Ask Jeeves was the search engine. And then Yahoo was like, but the reason I used Google was Google would check your spelling. They knew these people are dumb. Because if you put in Ask Jeeves, and if you put in, if you put in Tylenol and didn't put a Y in there, they go, I don't know what you're talking about. Which I hate, like that they act. Like if I put how many minutes are there in a day, Ask Jeeves would be like, I can't help you, sir. I don't know what you're saying. Acetaminophen is Tylenol. Okay, I just want to get that part right. So the president said acetaminophen, which he can't pronounce, so he just kept saying Tylenol. Is the cause of autism, to stop taking it. And I'm sure that wasn't thrilling. Imagine your company, and just one day, without letting you know, because I have no doubt that they didn't let him know, all of a sudden, the president is just up there going, yeah, by the way, this company is responsible. Imagine if you're Best Buy, And you're just minding your business, and then one day you see the president in front of a microphone like 72 times going, listen, Best Buy causes cancer. You're like, wait, what? That's got to be a tough day. You're hoping for a regular, because what else are you doing when you're running the Tylenol social media? What is on Tylenol social media? Let's see. Every company has a social media. They don't need it. So let's go to Twitter. I don't call it X. I know Elon wants to call it. I mentioned a platform, and I'm not supposed to do that. All right, well, this episode has been trashed. You know, who cares? There's 16 listeners. None of that makes a difference. I don't give a fuck. I'll list all of them. Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. All of them. Nobody, no love from any of them. Facebook, I don't give a shit anymore. I'll say the word fuck. I don't care. Who gives a shit? Tired. I'm tired of it. I feel like a Karen that's lost her mind. Again, I don't know how to spell Tylenol. Thank you, spell check, for checking that out. Tylenol. Let's see. So, of course, at the top, we know that pain affects everybody. That's why we need care without limits, because the greater the care, the greater the comfort. That's your pinned tweet or whatever bio. And, this is surprising. I don't see anything from Tylenol up here. All these posts are from 2021. They stopped posting? They stopped posting in 2021? Why even have a page? I don't know why you had a page to begin with, but why stop posting in 2021? Okay, that's odd. Okay, that's very strange. All right, I thought there would be more up there. They released a statement. All right, that's very peculiar. Anyway, all right, that's an ADHD rabbit hole that went nowhere. What was my point of all this? Okay, everything is on the table to cure ADHD, right? I don't know. You see all these apps and stuff. And I want to believe so bad that they worked. Here we go. Oh, people in the chat. It's very nice that they're trying to help me spell acetaminophen. Don't take Tylenol, says my friend Josh. But, I mean, he just hates any type of medication, whatever. Josh thinks unless it's mind-altering, don't take it. Let's see. We're all metal. What's up? Okay, everybody's here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, people trying to help me in the chat with spelling acetaminophen. Harry believes that Tylenol gives tism. You saw it here on YouTube. Yeah, there's a lawsuit. But get in line. There's a lot of people in line to sue me. You got to get behind the animal hospital people who I owe a bill to. I checked their website, and they have a pop-up that comes up. Explaining that, Tylenol was like, we never said that you should be taking Tylenol while pregnant. You shouldn't take anything. I don't know what they prescribe you while you're pregnant, but it's probably nothing. It's probably maybe some Robitussin or whatever. But so anyway, stay on topic. Man, when you see these ads, and I see a lot of them on the different platforms that pop up, all the different social media platforms that I mentioned and fucked myself with, especially on the Tiki-Taki there, which is the one I'm trying to build up. I think I'm trying for Tiki-Taki and the user tubes, the YTJ. And so anyway, all right. Oh, my friend Eric Vedder has joined us. He can hear me. So you see all these programs and things. I see these little ads. A lot of them are AI. I can tell because the person's talking, like the lips are moving quick and they cut away. And they promise that if you can figure out the type of app or the type of ADHD that you have, you'll be able to cure it with some different type of therapy. There's a lot of things people are giving me. My girlfriend is very sweet. She's gotten me these gifts like these little notebooks they're ADHD notebooks that you're supposed to put everything down in, which I think is very sweet. But I feel like if I had the capability of doing that on a daily basis, I wouldn't need the notebook, if that makes sense. There's nothing wrong with the gift. It's a very sweet gift. So it's concerning. I don't know. Some of these, but these apps are promising to change everything. There's a bunch of different apps that promise to change everything. So I invite you to come have ADHD with me, everybody, as we go through this. Let's see if any of these. Let me see here. Where did I have? I had a whole list, and I lost the list of the apps. I should have done some research and looked up these apps. Yeah, I'll make a note to myself for it. We'll do this topic again, but I should get some of these videos that are a little sketchy, but it's too late for that now. There's no way I'm uploading these videos in real time. So it's interesting that they advertise on social media, which I find fascinating that they would do that. because that is social media. I mean, it makes sense in theory because social media is the place where most people with ADHD go, or the thing that haunts people with ADHD the most. But at the same time, I mean, is that like trying to, if you're a rehab center handing out flyers in front of a bar, would that make sense? Or is it more like maybe a church or a courthouse after your life is messed up? That's when you strike. But I want to believe these things are true so bad. You know, you wish you could just take a pill and have it be fixed. And I have some pills, and sometimes they work, but sometimes they don't. I'm still sorting that out. Today I felt a little zonked. I had my pills. I took my medication. I timed it out right. It's early enough, and yet I still, for a moment, I felt zonked before the show. I felt like I had a concussion or something, and that's been a new thing. And it's not from playing football, and I don't remember hitting my head against the wall repeatedly, but that, if I had a concussion, I might not. So maybe I have been hitting. Is that how I get myself to sleep at night? I don't remember. I thought I was watching an episode of Barney Miller, but I don't remember how it ended. So maybe I do. Maybe I do. But you hope. But it's scary that the apps are going to be the way that you figure it out. I want it. I want it to be. I'm starting to watch more interviews and stuff. I've downloaded some audiobooks. That I realize does not work. Unless it's like, I think I have to have a physical book, because when you have ADHD, you zone out. And at least when you're reading and you zone out, you stop reading. But when you have an audiobook and you zone out, and then you got to do back in, you're like, oh, fuck, I've missed several chapters of the important information from this book about ADHD. Has anybody here ever been helped by a book? Has a book? I mean, it must be. I don't know, why am I asking that question? I'm sure people have been helped by books. That's just a question I have. That's not, it's just it's not even a question. It's an indication that it doesn't work for me. Like, oh, reading doesn't work for me. Has it helped? Has anyone ever gotten anything useful out of a book in history? But also it's like, I don't trust social media. I don't trust these apps yet. Although, you know what? I'll tell you an app that has helped me out a lot. Headspace has helped me learn to meditate, which is really good. I really recommend that. Meditation's pretty good. I need to be more consistent, but there have been moments where I've lost my shit. Or I'm starting to lose my shit, and I take a moment and sit in the car for like 10 minutes and just silence. I just want silence. Which is ironic because I do it to myself. Like, I know there are things I'm doing that are terrible. I know I should put that phone down, not just an hour before bedtime, like 2 hours before bedtime. This should also be helping me get successful on these social media apps, telling everybody to get off of them. I'm sure the platforms and the automated systems love that. But it's a technological world. Everything is going through that. Are me and Dante still cool somebody? Yeah, we're still doing the podcast. We just did an episode last week. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by... Are me and Dante still cool somebody? Yeah, me and Dante Nero are still cool. I do a podcast with him every week. It's called Man School 202. You could check that out. That is doing much better than this thing. This is a little offshoot. That one we've been doing together for 12 years. We put out new episodes. Are we still cool? Yes. Are we making an impact in the social media landscape? Obviously not, because people are asking me if we're still cool, like we broke up the band, like the Police or the Beatles, like Outkast. You guys getting back together? We are together. We never broke up. We never missed a week putting out episodes. You can check that out, Man School 202 on YouTube. God, my career is finished. But please check it out, Chicken Waffles. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's up there. I mean, maybe we're not on as much on your platform, the one you're watching, the Chinese platform. We have to have a better presence there, but it's hard to pull up full episodes. I can only edit so much junk. Fuck the apps, somebody says. F the apps, somebody said. Oh, lawsuit for Trump, not you. Yeah, I mean, good luck. You can't even... I mean, he's been convicted. He still hasn't done jail time. You think Tylenol is going to squeeze money out of the president? This guy. Trump doesn't even pay landscapers. You think he's going to pay Tylenol? You don't even pay landscapers like $10, $20. I like that idea. I mean, listen, I would love for him to get sued, and, I would love for him to get sued, but he's not going to pay anything. I guess we pay for it. Is that how it works? Ah, shit. Yeah, Tylenol. Trump won't even pay landscapers, let alone But then Tylenol is white. I mean, it's literally white. So unless you get the gel caps. All right. Again, ADHD, too much. But technology is the way of the world, my friends. Technology is the way of the world. So, why not? Why can't an app help cure my ADHD? It's possible. Does it, I don't love everything about technology that's going on. I'll tell you this. Here's a bit of technology. I mean, that's just the way of the world, and it sucks. As you get older, it's really changed how you do everything. Case in point, this weekend, was it this weekend? I think it was this weekend. Yeah, Saturday. Where was it? Okay. The WWE, they signed a contract with ESPN. I think ESPN purchased the rights to some footage. I'm still not sure about the whole details of the deal because now it's so spread out. WWE used to be, Saturday mornings it was on your local affiliate. Monday it was on the USA Network, and then they added another show that was on UPN, and then the CW, which is interesting. Which is weird because wrestling was the only show that was like a non-black show, which was interesting because it's such a crossover audience. Everyone loves it. Football and wrestling, everybody loves. White people, black people, Latinos. It is funny. I do remember you don't remember UPN, and you don't remember the WB, but they did a thing, which is I always find funny, is that networks will do this. They'll always do black programming when the network is struggling because at least then they can cater to a specific audience. Maybe it doesn't work as much today because back in the day there were no black shows, and I mean shows were very white. Tuesday nights, your options, if you were a black person, your options for something that you looked at, it was either Frasier or Ellen. And I think you went with Frasier because he felt blacker than Ellen. He just kind of did, I mean, every once in a while he gets snarky. You're like, all right, that's my man. Those were your two options if you wanted black programming. And then what these networks always do is like when they struggle, they don't always come out doing that. They always want to be like a legitimate network. They want to have, especially back in the day, these people, I mean, network executives. And then what they do is when they're struggling, they go, let's corner the black market. It's a market that's not being served. And then they start creating all these great black shows and they become successful. Shows like Living Single. I used to love Living Single. You wouldn't think I would. That's not up my demographic but then again, I am a Latino man. Then they would do, like In Living Color was on Fox. I remember Fox did a lot of that. Rock Live, there was some really great shows they did. And then what happens is once they build the audience, they kick all these black shows to the curb, and then they go right to white shows. So in essence, they gentrify the networks. I didn't realize you could gentrify. I didn't realize you could gentrify a TV channel. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Yeah, that was another one. ABC did that. That's right. ABC was a little more inclusive when it came to TGIF. They had Family Matters. They had Full House. They had Family Matters. Yeah, I'll let ABC have a pass because they had Family Matters, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, Full House, and then Boy Meets World, and then also Step by Step. They had it. They were commingling. I don't mind that so much. ABC, that was just like their Friday night. I'm talking these networks just became black networks. The Wayans Brothers. They gave a whole network to the Wayans Brothers. Like, do whatever shows you want. They had a show on UPN. You can look this up, and this was not one of their better shows. I mean, they had like some good shows, Malcolm and Eddie and all that, and I forget what show Brandy was on. I didn't watch it, but it was popular, and I don't mind it. Homeboys in Outer Space. That's what the low point was. Homeboys in Outer. They're like, they just ran out of ideas. What if we took black people and they were like in space? Wouldn't that be crazy? Black people in space? Let's look up Homeboys in Outer Space. Homeboys in Outer Space. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Let me do this for you. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up together. I've done this before. And share screen. Let's see if we can share a screen. Okay, yeah. Share screen. I want that, all that info. Allow it. Okay, I'll allow it. And then the tab is, here we go. Homeboys in Outer Space. Now, Homeboys, what was Homeboys in Outer Space? Look at the picture. It's just, What? It's a black guy on a... Oh, what happened there? What's that? It's a black guy? 2 black guys on a spaceship? What? This is crazy. Never watched an episode. It was, to my memory, Homeboys in Outer Space. Let's see. Is an American sci-fi fiction fantasy sitcom. All right, I'll give them that. They broke ground. I think it was like the first all-black science fiction show that aired on UPN from August 1996 to May 1997. So one season. August 27. Who starts their season August 27? You don't start till September. That's the way it used to be. The plot centered around 2 astronauts, Tiberius Ty Walker and Morris Clay, who flew around the universe in a winged car. Okay, a car. It has to be a car because, you know, black people love cars. It can't be a spaceship. These motherfuckers. Well, the black people would love cars. So, you know, the demographic. Wait. Oh, you're kidding me. The duo's car. I didn't know this. The duo's car, which was a cross between a lowrider and an 18-wheeler, was piloted by a talking female computer named LaQuisha. Okay, you know what? Now I understand why Black Lives Matter. Yeah. I understand why they burned those police stations to the ground. Wow. And this was like the mid-90s. This is not like 1973. I mean, we should have known better. It was a a winged car nicknamed Space Hoopty. In the 23rd century. Space Hoopty. Did they not have any black people? They probably did. Here, I know how this works. There were people there. There were black people. Well, maybe they're not. And sure, if there was, the black people definitely spoke up. The people in the writers' rooms, the actors, they said, hey, this is going to be terrible. This is a awful, atrocious thing. Or you can't, because you know what? I go back and forth. See, here's the dilemma of being a minority in this country. I tried not to make it political, but Homeboys in Outer Space got me. Oh, what a shit show. Homeboys in Outer Space. You're not allowed to say anything because if you say anything, if you dare go up, let's see who the executive producers were. Do we have a production thing? Maybe those people don't even want their name. Okay. Oh, wow. The reception here. The series was panned by critics. Frederick L. McKissack Jr. of The Progressive, in an article on Black Focus Television in the 90s, described the show as Star Trek meets Amos and Andy. Ouch. Yeah, Amos and Andy was sort of oof. All right. Not a great... The Star Trek part was nice. Keith Martyr of the Daily News criticized the show for predictable jokes and sexual humor, rating it... Well, the sexual humor I don't care about. I don't mind that. But I would love to know who were the executive producers. Executive producers. Eric Van Lowe. Let's see what Eric... Am I still... Oh, wait. Oh, man. Am I... I don't even know if I shared this properly. Are we still there? Oh, I never shared it with you guys. I never showed it to you guys. Okay, that's fine. I'll show you guys in a second what the thing looks like. I'm just going to look up the executive producer, Eric Van Lowe. Let's see. Eric Van Lowe was black. Yeah, you know, I'm not even going to blame him as the executive producer. It was hard. In 1996, it was hard to be a black producer and get anything on the air. And this is the shit that they greenlit. I'm not even gonna blame him. I know where this came from. He had to pitch. He pitched 72 different ideas. You know, like what about a black couple that adopts a child and they're not ready to be parents, but they figure it out step by step each day, and you know you can call it 2 days at a time, you know, or something. And they're like, nope. Like okay, how about a drama about a black kid who's the first in his generation to go to college, and it's a challenge, but you know, he's going to overcome it, and you know, he's going to learn about different things, and you know, you go, nope. Okay, how about black people riding a lowrider to Mars? Would that work? Yeah, now that's something we could get behind. Let's see here. Okay. Because I didn't add it to the page, so you didn't see it. Thank God, because I was just on Wikipedia. That actually worked out for me, because I was just looking at Wikipedia. So I'm going to show you guys the poster for Homeboys. Oh, what a nightmare. All right, hold on. Let's see. I'm going to show you the poster first, and then let's see if we can find this lowrider car called the Space Hoopty. Oh, no wonder we burned police stations to the ground. I get it now. I mean, I always got it, but, you know. I'd rather watch Alf. You know, I mean, Alf, say what you will about Alf. It was the 80s, you know, but it's like a space alien who lived in the house or whatever. It's, you know, all right, it's cheesy a little bit, but this is beyond cheesy. This is just borderline racist, you know. This is like, it's like Star Wars, but everyone's drinking malt liquor. Well, get it? It's in outer space, but everyone's breakdancing. What a terrible, oh my God, I forgot about Homeboys in Outer Space. This is where ADHD, what were we talking about? Oh, curing ADHD. Instead, I'm trying to look up pictures. Here, I'm going to share that. Where are we? All right, let's add it to the stage. Let's see here. Okay, I guess you guys can see that. All right, let me fix that. Bear with me. I'm doing this all on the fly here. Homeboys in Outer Space. That was the, that's the poster for Homeboys. They're just two black dudes wearing spacesuits. Oh, these poor actors. In the 23rd century, two astronauts. Yeah, we got the plot of that. These two guys. Morris Clay. Do I know Morris Clay from somewhere? Do I know? Did these two go on to do anything else? These poor guys? Oh, no, man, not much. Just, yeah, that's all this guy did was basically Homeboys in Outer Space and make him scream. What was making, oh, what a struggling time. Let's see if we can see the, oh, no, it's, okay, yeah, let's see if we can find picture of the car or where's the Space Hoopty? I want to see the Space Hoopty. All right, there they are. Yeah, Homeboys in Outer Space. Oh, see, everybody else is wearing proper military stuff. This guy's got an 8-ball jacket on, apparently. Oh, my goodness. I want to see the Space Hoopty. Homeboys in Outer Space. Oh, man, what a terrible time to be a black actor in Hollywood. Let's see, Homeboys in Outer Space. Let's look up Space. The Hoopty. There's not a lot of footage of this, surprisingly. I put in Hoopty. I don't even know if that's how you spell it. Google might be too white to figure that out. Yeah, I can't find the spaceship. Oh, my God. That was terrible. Flying car. Let's put in flying car. I need to see it because I can't imagine that this is Homeboys in Outer Space, space flying car. No, I don't see it. All right. Well, either way, whatever it was bad. Oh, my God. I guess I'll find it maybe if I clip this. Oh, man. What a terrible time for these guys. Homeboys in Outer Space. How terrible. Hold on. Let me remove this. Now I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this. There we are. Wow, that was wild. Yeah, that was... and then once Homeboys in Outer Space was done, they just canceled the whole network. And they just became white. And then they always do the other thing. Yeah, here's the other phase they go to, actually. When networks are done doing the... They got typecast somebody. Yeah, you're right. They got typecast as black astronauts. The only way black people can go into space is, you know, with a flying lowrider. Oh, my God. That's why Star Trek was so ahead of its time. Like, you could just cast minorities and not have them be weirdos? God, how did they get away with that? Oh, because it was in the future. We can't do this now in the future. Sorry, let me drink some water here. I'm sorry, I forgot about Homeboys in Outer Space. Amongst the worst shows ever. So, all right, what were we talking about? Oh, that's right. We were talking about how to cure ADHD. Anyway, what was I? Oh, I was talking, all right, now we got to do reverse ADHD. Reverse ADHD. Why did I talk about Homeboys in Outer Space? Let's get back. Here we go. I was talking about Homeboys in Outer Space because I was talking about UPN. Why was I talking about UPN? Because wrestling. That's right. Wrestling. I was talking about the WWE. It was simpler times back in the day. And it was how technology changes stuff. Simpler times back in the day. And now the WWE, they're very successful. So they have spread their world out a little bit. You know, they now are, they're all over the place. And that's what successful companies do. They're over at Monday Night Raw's on Netflix. The WWE Network and SmackDown, those are part of the Universal property. They're on USA and Peacock. Their third show is on the CW, which used to be UPN back in the day. And then now ESPN has purchased some stuff. Now they've purchased some video. They're going to do some live events, which are like pay-per-views, but they're not pay-per-views. Live premium events. And this Saturday they started with an event called WrestlePalooza. And a lot of fans were up in arms. They said, hey, now we got to buy 3 platforms if you want to follow the product. This is crazy. What are we doing? And I understand that. I get that. Now, for me, I actually have ESPN, so I didn't think it was a big deal. I have ESPN Plus. I have the whole package. I have the trifecta. I have the Hulu, ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, Bukkake Party, or whatever you want to call it. The 3-for-1 or whatever it is. The bundle. That's what they call it. A bundle. The gangbang. I got the Disney gangbang situation there. I have all 3. So I said Saturday, in between doing comedy sets, I was doing stand-up comedy. I had my laptop with me. I said, let me check out what they're doing over there, ESPN Plus. Let me put in the event. I tried to put on the event, and it kept, telling me to subscribe. You got to subscribe, which ESPN kind of does that. You try to log in, and they're like, no, you got to subscribe. I'm I'm already subscribed. Stop. Let me log in. After this took for longer, though. I found out, apparently, the WWE is not on ESPN Plus. They have launched a new platform called ESPN Unlimited, which apparently is different than ESPN Plus. So you got your ESPN, which is just the network and the website. Then you have ESPN Unlimited, ESPN Plus, which I do have, which gives you access to some live sporting events. But apparently Unlimited doesn't give you access to the channel. But with Unlimited, you can get the ESPN channels and ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes and ESPN 911, ESPN Black Stars, Black ESPN, the whole thing. ESPN BET, they're all over there. All of them. You got all the channels. ESPN Telemundo, I guess. And then I'm like, what the... It just gets frustrating. It just gets frustrating that I think everything now technologically it just feels like everything has become like a VIP thing. Everything has to be you got to get ESPN. It's not enough to have ESPN Plus. They just have to make you. There's always some extra step you got to go to. This is not you're in the VIP room. You're like, well, no, I have ESPN Plus. Well, you need to have ESPN Unlimited. And then when I get ESPN Unlimited, I'm sure after I get ESPN Unlimited, they're going to be like, well, you need ESPN Premium and ESPN Platinum Lounge and the ESPN Champagne Room, and if you pay extra and go into the, into the upstairs of the Champagne Room, well, then you get, you get a happy ending and you get to watch UFC. It's just too much, but that's just the way it is. But it's just wild that that's the way technology is going, and it's kind of scary and it's sad. It's disappointing that's the way the world here. What did Josh write here? I saw. Here we go. Remember when people had cable and then they said they wanted to cut the cord and only pay for a platform? Now everyone wishes all the platforms were bundled into one bill, so basically it's cable. Yeah, that's kind of what they've done. For sure, that's kind of what they've done. I mean, they took everything, and I knew that's what was going to happen. I saw that coming from a mile away. Somebody, Josh wrote, when people didn't want cable anymore, and here we are. Yeah, eventually, but the whole point is this, Josh. I have ESPN Plus. I already did the thing. Now it's not that. My point is not just that they're doing that, and you're right. They are doing it, and you knew they were doing it because they're scumbags. But at the same time, it's like, no, I have ESPN Plus. What is the point of having it? Why is there always an extra step you got to go to? It's never enough. It's never enough. It's economy. It's a business class, first class. I mean, it's just extortion money. It's frustrating. I get the frustration, and I don't know. Anthony writing, yeah, I have a Crunchyroll for the Japanese cartoons. I did not know this was a platform, but I have to pay for the premium to get my old school class. What are you doing? Yeah. They're all going to burn it. It's all going to consolidate again to a bunch of things. I don't know. who knows what's going to happen. I will say this. My mother-in-law is visiting to help. My girlfriend just had some surgery. My mother-in-law is in town. And it's fascinating. Wonderful woman. I don't have like the old school mother-in-law joke. She's fantastic. She's sweet, great cook, very nice, kind-hearted. You can't do better. And I'm very lucky that way. Because, you see some of these movies like Monster-in-Law. The Jennifer Lopez movie, Monster. Jane Fonda came out of retirement to make Monster-in-Law, but she was good. Jane Fonda's great. My mother. Backtrack. We got ADHD. Backtrack. Come on. Let's go. Stay focused, bud. AD. Why was I talking about Monster-in-Law? Because my mother-in-law is in town. Oh, my mother-in-law. We have the Fire Stick. And we go, what do you want to watch? And she's one of those ladies like, I don't know, whatever you want to watch. And she doesn't use the Fire Stick. She just watches the digital like channels that we have on the TV antenna. That we never go to that. It's rare that it's just we do that like 3 times a year. Maybe like the Oscars, the Grammys, the Super Bowl. That's the only time I mess with the TV antenna anymore. But she's watching all these channels. They have so many channels, and it's weird. They've got just one channel that's all game shows. One of them is just all Law and Orders or something. No, not Law and Orders, but like the bootleg Law and Orders. The ones that aren't good. The ones like Chicago State Troopers or whatever, and they're solving just like shoplifting crimes. A lot of that. A lot of Dateline murders. So she's just watching those. And what's funny also is some of the aspect ratios is a little weird. One of them is like, I know that they're not wide because they're all shot square. One of them is like thin and vertical. Then you got documentary, and she's just flipping through that. She's entertained. So one way or another, we're entertained. We're lucky to have it, I guess. But I don't know, man. It's just too much. It's just too much, and it's for us. ESPN Plus, Unlimited, ESPN Platinum. I'm just tired of the whole fucking thing, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of going to the airport. Well, you're Zone 5. Although it is weird that, and I don't know why it bothers me, the zoning thing. It's all the same flight. We should load from back to front. But is there a more American thing, by the way, when you get on a plane? I don't know if you do this. I do this all the time. As I walk on a plane, is there anything more American or egotistical than looking at everyone seated in the plane going, look at all these fucking losers? As you walk all the way to, seat 55Z or whatever. Like, look at all these jerk-offs, weirdos. What were we supposed to talk about on this show? Oh, that's right. Do these apps work for ADHD? That's right. Remember that from a couple hours ago? Yeah, I guess the question is, do they work? Are they fraudulent? Is it worth doing? I don't know. That's the scary part. I don't want to waste my time. But I have to try one of these out. I'm now doing a show about ADHD, so now I guess it'll push me. Maybe that's subconsciously part of the reason I decided to do these shows. How the fuck do they not do back to front? I don't know. I don't know how they don't. You still use the rabbit ears? No, it's not rabbit ears now. Although we do have like an antenna that's not rabbit ears, but it's attached to a wire. And I have to like drag it to the window because my mother-in-law wants to watch. They have these channels in between channels. Like it used to be, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then they have ones in between that are like digital ones, like 7.1. It's a weird area to be in. You know what I mean? It's like when you're on a road trip and you get off, you have to get gas, so you get off on an exit earlier than you need to get to, and you're like, this is weird. Like, what are all these why are there all these, documentaries about the Armenian genocide? I'm trying to get back to ABC to watch Dancing with the Stars. Okay, backtrack. Come on, focus. The topic was, thank God, I've started to write some stuff down to help me keep on. The whole point of this was, are the apps fraudulent? That's the concern, right? Maybe subconsciously the reason. Now I'll have to try them out for the sake of this show. Although this show's not helping anybody, is it? I don't know yet. Maybe you'll join and maybe you'll, the idea of the show was the hope that you guys would be enamored by the fact that I have ADHD. But as it turns out, people who have ADHD don't really care if other people have it. You're just only concerned about your ADHD, which I understand. If I didn't do this show, I wouldn't care as much. But, you hope that these apps will work online and stuff, but I don't have much faith in it because the reality is, like, there's so much fraudulent stuff online. Like I see the apps. First of all, I can suss out the ones right away that are how do I put this? I can suss out the ones right away that are AI, where the commercial is AI. And that I can see right away. So I'm like, that's sus. I remember, or there's other ones that you get debunked. Like, I like how they do these apps, right? And they go, hey, we'll solve. Did you know that all you have to do to lose weight is just walk? And this app, and then some other person will go, do not do the apps where you just walk. It's stupid. It doesn't work, and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody else goes, here's why it's not stupid, and blah, blah, blah. And everyone, there's a guy going, here's, look at all this stuff. Look at all this sugar in the cornflakes here at Costco. And then someone else does a video. Actually, the same ingredients are in the Costco thing, or Kirkland brand or whatever that are in there. It's made by Starbucks and blah. They say that, but I do know this. Even if they're being made by the same company, they're giving them the watered down stuff. I don't mess with Kirkland or the BJ's brand that they use. By the way, how is BJ still BJ's? What are we doing? You're still going by BJ's? You don't have a problem with that? That's your corporate name? It's like when old men who are named Richard call themselves Dick. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. You're not going to be a grown man shaking my hand. You can call me Dick. The fuck I can. You're a grown man. You know what you're doing. Stop it. But there's always like this frivolous advice everywhere. Actually, speaking of Man School 202, the relationship advice that's out there, especially like this manosphere, like the manosphere thing. And I'm a guy who considers himself like a little bit old school. I understand that the need to still be a man and stuff. But some of the dudes what happens is people who are men, are real men, are busy being real men. They don't really have time to start these podcasts and programs. Those are started by people who are posing. And there's just so much like frivolous advice. Like when it comes to relationship advice, I saw this post online. We talked about it on Man School 202. Maybe I'll pull it up here if I can find it. There was a dude who was giving out relationship advice that was so frivolous that it made us furious. Like, it's just so dumb. Here we go there, Josh. When I was a kid, there was a guy in the town named Richard Ball, and he insisted on being called Dick Ball. See, that guy, Dick Ball? Yeah, that guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's being a jerk. He's being a jerk, shaking people's hands. You can call me Dick Ball here. And I bet you he sold insurance or something. But I bet a guy named Dick Ball, there's no way he got laid. There's just no way. There's just no way. I won't believe it. There's a guy who was giving out such frivolous relationship advice. I'm just going to play the clip for you. Let's see if I can pull it up.
You should never go down on a woman inside of the bedroom.
Not the wrong one.
If you're going down on her,
the wrong one. Hold on. What do you think I want to do, StreamYard? This is why apps are never going to cure my ADHD. Because I can't even get it to do this thing. All right, I have to remove this one? Is that what you want me to do? Yeah, there's no way. Excuse me, I just burped into the microphone. Okay. What if I want to watch it too? How come every other time I just want the video to play, somehow my face pops up there, but now that I want to watch the video as well as do my face up there, now it just won't let me. Oh God, I hate technology sometimes. There's no way technology is going to cure my ADHD. It's up to me. It's up to me and meditation maybe, and then just eating organic vegetables. There's no way technology is going to fix it. There's a better chance of them bringing back Homeboys in Outer Space than there is from, technology fixing it. Let's try this. Let's add it. There we go. Let's see what this Jadrul has to say. Here we go.
Here's why you should never go down on a woman inside of the bedroom. If you're going down on her, you're essentially saying, I care about your pleasure. And what do we know about women who date men who care about their pleasure? They will pull back from them and they will leave them. The second that you care about her pleasure and the second that you're actually trying to please her, you are now actually in the feminine or the submissive state. You are now in the one who's actually the pleaser role, who is adoring her. She's naturally going to lose respect for you. And what you're going to notice is even if she has a mind-blowing, what would you call that word that we're probably not going to say, even if she feels that way during it.
Bro, you just said orgasm. You just said go down. You can say orgasm.
She will lose respect for you once that act of intimacy is over. All right, headman.
No, I'm not plugging your thing. All right. So this is the type of advice. This idiot is out there telling men that you should never go down on a woman. You should never go south on a woman because by doing that puts you in a submissive position, I guess, is the idea, and that the woman won't respect you. What a buffoon. And he's doing quite well. I don't know the guy's name, not going to plug it, don't care. He's just, it happens. These dudes keep popping up. It's like, it's almost like virtual snake oil salesman because the advice is useless. I don't know if I can use the word, can't use the word frivolous to describe it because legally, can you describe it as frivolous? I don't know, but I can describe it as douchey because that's an opinion. This guy, don't go down on a woman. You never want for one moment, God forbid. See, these are the type of guys who never have any control in their relationships. Or the guy always battling for control and position has no control or position because you have no confidence as a man. That's it. That's where it comes down to. You do whatever you want. That's what being a man is. It's about doing what you want and making sure other people are taken care of. I think that's the responsibility of a man, not worried about what position. These are the type I've seen things like that. You should never be lower in a picture than a woman because she has the dominant. But this is something else. Don't go down on a woman in the bedroom. Yeah, that won't come back to bite you. She's not going to resent you at all. She won't resent you at all for that. The fact that you never want to please her. But simply the logic that, I want to. Like one time, my girlfriend, let me tell you something. It's always about maintaining dominance. One time, my girlfriend, she said, I want to have a threesome. Me and my girlfriend, Michelle, would like to have a threesome. And I said, nah. I'm not going to be outnumbered, okay? I know where this is going. I am in control here. You're not going to outnumber me 2-on-1? Not happening. You can tell Michelle to hit the bricks. In fact, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to bring my friend Gerald over, and it's going to be 2-on-1, me and Gerald. And I tell you what. You're not even going to be involved in the sex. You're going to just sit and watch in a corner. This way, there's no chance that you have any control over me. I'm in control here. Me and Gerald. That's thinking. What an idiot. But he's up there. He's giving advice. I guess, let me see in the comment section of this stupid video where I don't know where it is. I'd love to see what actually, let me read through the comment section. But that's why it gets dangerous, because I am concerned of if this guy is giving out their advice, who's to say who's making those apps? And also you can make apps with AI and all that crap and blah, blah, blah. And certainly this guy is more successful than me on YouTube, but I guarantee you he's a poser. He has to be. Every single one of these dudes has all been the closest one that's not has been like Kevin Samuels, and even he was kind of like, he was on the money with his facts, but he was not, he was a little bit, there was some softness there when he came with women right in front of him, when attractive women. Let's see. Oh, there's some fight back. Sorry, bro, completely inaccurate. Been with my wife over 10 years. She loves when I go down on her. You just got to find your girl spot. Yeah, to go on, well, you shouldn't go down on a woman is the act of somebody who either A, doesn't want to do it because he finds it icky, or it's done by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, so the women are unsatisfied and angry, so he's like, just don't do it. Let's see. When you really put it on a woman to the point where she's breathing hard, twitching, and giving you that holy shit, what just happened look, that is power because you made it happen. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's just the comments are, okay, maybe people are fighting back. All right, good. I hope so. But then again, people in the comment section are fighting back. But this dude has 620,000 subscribers. Oh, man, he's in a cowboy hat. I don't have time to go through these today. Dante and if you want to see us go through the next episode of Man School 202, we're going to have to go through this dude. I don't like him. There's something, there's not something about him that I don't like. He's giving frivolous advice to me. It's just unuseful advice. Spoken like a man who doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, this is, Never go down on a woman. Don't let her try to talk you into these threesomes or don't let her talk you into having sex in the shower. Don't even wash your balls. Let her know you're in charge. What a moron. What a moron. But this dude, he'll be successful. Whatever his name, what is his? I'm not even gonna mention his name. But he'll be successful. He's the next like Andrew Tate or whatever. He'll start a university and then it'll turn into a cult. Like it always ends up being a cult, and there'll be a documentary on there'll be a documentary on Hulu or whatever. The cults always turn sexual, by the way, right? Every documentary about a cult is the same. It always starts out like as a small thing, and it builds, and he gets some followers, and everyone's happy, and then there's a turn where like, yeah, he texted me at 3:00 in the morning, and then I showed up, and he was wearing a robe with no underwear on. It always takes a turn. Because if it doesn't go sexual, then it just turns into a legitimate tech company. That's the difference. That's the turning point of the cult versus the tech company that always happens. Which you should watch all these documentaries. I forget which one I watched. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have to watch it on HBO Max Pleasure or whatever it is. Whatever extra thing I have to buy and or barter with my best friends. And, we got a whole underground system going. I have some. I share. We share like a community. You got to split them all up. It always ends up in a cult. But anyway, what was my point on this? Yeah, will these apps help? I don't know if they'll help. I don't know if they'll do anything. But I have to try them. I've been just so lazy. But I just got to do it, right? I got to do it for this show. I don't know, guys. If I hit 10,000 followers, I'll do it. Which won't happen. That's why I'm saying that. If you guys like and subscribe and share, but I'm talking to the same 10 people you've all liked and subscribed. Though I appreciate you being here. Is there any other thing that an app said? By the way, online, is there any other thing that like an app promises to fix? Is it just ADHD? I guess weight loss. There's a lot of that. There's some frivolous weight loss advice, but obviously I'm not able to speak towards that. Gosh, man, I don't know. It's scary. You hope that something will fix it. It reminds me of those old infomercials. You always thought they would fix, and they all turned out to be scams, except the guy, the ShamWow guy, I think did all right. Or Billy Mays. Did he die? Right? Wasn't he like his stuff was always legit, and then of course he passed away, and he's dead. So you want the simple cure, but it's going to be more complex than that. But I guess this will have to be a part 2. Because as I look at the clock, I have clearly run out of time again. I did it again, guys. I am sorry. I thought I would cure ADHD within the hour. Perhaps in hindsight, that was a very unreasonable expectation on my part. I really thought I could do it this time. Okay, I really did. I thought I could do it, but as it turns out, I was way off. An hour is not enough time to cure HD for all of humanity. And I'm sorry. We're going to have to try again next week. You're going to have to tune in again next week. I apologize. I really, you know what it was? I should not have watched so much Dancing with the Stars this week. But Corey Feldman was on. I had to see. I mean, he did a moonwalk. He did the thing. And now he's gone. So now I can focus. And next week we'll solve it. If I get around to it, next week we will cure ADHD. So please join me. Like, share, and subscribe if you're watching. And please, come have ADHD with me. Yeah, of course. No, it doesn't work. Why would it work?
Why wouldn't you play?
Hold on.
But I discovered that I'm not dumb at all.
Son of a bitch. You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me, StreamYard? Why? Why wouldn't it play? Why would you? I clicked on the one video that says add to stage.
Well, I just suffer with a
Why
developmental
I
disorder
added it to the stage and you're playing the
characterized
other
by an
video.
ongoing pattern of one or more of the following types of chronic symptoms.
There we go. Hold on. That's not, no. On my terms, StreamYard. First of all, I'm going to remove this douchebag in the cowboy hat. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. I can't. There we go. My terms, StreamYard. I end on my terms. Not you. I'm the captain now. So I think this, the fact that I couldn't even end this program on a high note lets you know that no, ADHD cannot be cured by this technology. These apps are fraudulent. And ESPN Unlimited is a sham. I guess. What am I doing? I'm trying to get a job with the WWE one day. One day. If I can get around to it, I got to send them another demo. I got 70 things to do, and I can't do it because StreamYard won't let me leave this show with dignity. All right. Let's try it again this time. Come have ADHD with me, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. There we go.
Attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. Because I have ADHD!
That's the problem. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, I lie, I cheat, and I steal. But at least I'm honest about it. Bully for you. Well, while you're down there, love, whatever happens. No, honey, I just took my